Many people hear the word negotiation and they picture a tense boardroom. They see powerful executives in expensive suits arguing over millions of dollars. But that picture is wrong. It's incomplete. The truth is, you're negotiating all the time, every single day. You negotiate with your partner about what to have for dinner. You negotiate with your kids about bedtime. You negotiate with your own mind about whether to go to the gym. Life is a long series of negotiations. Understanding this is the first step toward taking control of your life and your financial future. You don't have to be a CEO to master this skill. You just have to want a better outcome for yourself and those you care about. The world doesn't simply give you what you deserve. It gives you what you successfully negotiate for. Every price tag, every salary offer, every contract is just the starting point of a conversation. Someone else has set that starting point, and they have set it in their favor, not yours. If you accept it without question, you are leaving value on the table. You are letting someone else decide what your work is worth or what your money can buy. Learning to negotiate is like being given a key to a locked room filled with opportunities. It empowers you to challenge the default settings of your life and to actively shape your own circumstances for the better. This isn't about being aggressive or confrontational. The best negotiators are not the loudest people in the room. They are the most prepared and the most observant. They understand that negotiation is not a battle. It is a process of discovery. The goal is to uncover the hidden information, the unseen desires, and the unstated needs that drive the other person. When you see negotiation as a search for information, the fear and pressure begin to fade away. It transforms from a scary confrontation into an interesting puzzle that you can solve with the right tools and a calm, curious mindset. Think about the financial impact of even small negotiations. A slightly better price on a car, a small increase in your starting salary, or a reduced monthly bill can add up to thousands of dollars over your lifetime. This is money that can go toward your retirement, your children's education, or your dreams. By ignoring the opportunity to negotiate, you are essentially paying a tax on fear and silence. But the good news is that this is a skill anyone can learn. It doesn't require a special personality or a college degree. It just requires a decision to start learning and practicing. The most powerful tool in any negotiation is not your voice. It is your ears. Most people go into a negotiation focused entirely on what they are going to say. They have their arguments prepared, their points listed, and their demands ready. This is a mistake. Your primary goal should be to listen with such intensity that the other person feels truly heard and understood. This is called tactical empathy. It's not about agreeing with them. It's about understanding their perspective so deeply that you can articulate it back to them. When you can describe someone's world from their point of view, you build trust and rapport, which are the foundations of influence. Once you have established a baseline of listening, your next critical tools are calibrated questions. These are open-ended questions that start with words like what or how. They are the opposite of yes or no questions. Instead of asking, can you lower the price? Which invites a simple no, you ask, what would it take to get to a better price? This kind of question forces the other person to think and reveal their constraints and possibilities. It turns them from an adversary into a problem-solving partner. Questions like, how am I supposed to do that? Are incredibly powerful for gently pushing back on an offer that is unfair or unreasonable. Another simple but effective technique is mirroring. This involves repeating the last 1 to 3 words the other person has just said. It sounds almost too simple to work, but it is a profoundly effective way to build rapport and encourage the other person to keep talking. If they say, this is a very firm deadline, you can simply respond with a questioning tone. A very firm deadline? This small prompt makes them feel heard and often leads them to elaborate, giving you more information about why the deadline is so important. It keeps the focus on them and buys you time to think about your next move. Finally, you must learn to label their emotions. Use phrases like, it seems like you're hesitant about the timeline, or it sounds like you feel this is a very fair offer. By identifying and verbalizing their feelings, you demonstrate that you are paying close attention. This act of labeling diffuses negative emotions and reinforces positive ones. It shows them that you understand the emotional reality of their situation. When people feel understood, they become more open, more collaborative, and more willing to find a solution that works for everyone involved. These are the tools that shift the dynamic in your favor. Let's look at how these skills work in the real world. Consider negotiating your salary. Most people dread this conversation, but with the right approach, you can turn it into a positive experience. Instead of making a demand, you start with calibrated questions. Ask your manager, what does it take to be a top performer in this role? Or how have successful people in this position demonstrated their value? You are not asking for money yet. You are asking for information and standards. You are gathering the data you need to build your case, showing that you are invested in success, not just a paycheck. This positions you as a valuable, forward-thinking employee. Now think about buying a car. The salesperson has a script, and their goal is to control the conversation and get you to agree to their price. You can disrupt that script with listening and questioning. When they give you the price, you can use a mirror. $30,000? Then remain silent. Let the silence do the work. The pressure will build, and they will often be the first to break it by offering a justification or even a small concession. You can then use a calibrated question like, "It's a beautiful car. How can I pay your price when it's over my budget?" This frames the problem as something you need their help to solve, making them a partner in finding a solution. These skills are not just for financial transactions, they are for improving relationships. Imagine a disagreement with your family about a vacation plan. Instead of arguing for your preferred destination, you can start by labeling their emotions. It seems like you're really excited about the beach, or it sounds like you're worried about the cost of that trip. By showing you understand their feelings, you lower their defenses. Then you can use how and what questions to explore solutions together. What about this trip is most important to you? Or how can we plan a trip that has the relaxation you want and the adventure I want? This transforms a potential fight into a collaborative project. The common thread in all these examples is the shift from a battle of wills to a journey of discovery. You are not trying to force someone to do something. You are trying to understand their world so well that you can present your request in a way that aligns with their interests and solves their problems. Whether it's proving your value for a raise, understanding a salesperson's constraints, or acknowledging a family member's desires, the path to getting what you want is through understanding what they want. This approach is more effective, less stressful, and builds stronger, more positive relationships in the long run. Understanding these techniques is the first step, but knowledge alone is not enough. Negotiation is a practical skill, like learning to swim or ride a bike. You can read every book about it, but you will not truly learn until you get in the water and start practicing. The fear of failure or saying the wrong thing can be paralyzing, but you must push past it. The goal is not to be perfect from day one. The goal is to start. Practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent. The more you use these skills, the more they will become a natural and permanent part of how you communicate. Start small. You do not need to walk into your boss's office tomorrow and demand a raise. Begin with low-stakes negotiations where the outcome doesn't feel life or death. Try to get a free coffee refill at your local cafe. Ask for a better table at a restaurant. When a cashier asks if you found everything okay, try mirroring. Found everything okay? See how they respond. These small interactions are your training ground. They allow you to practice mirroring, labeling, and asking calibrated questions without the pressure of a major financial outcome. Each small success will build your confidence. As your confidence grows, you can gradually move on to more significant negotiations. Perhaps you can negotiate a late fee on a credit card bill or ask for a discount on a piece of furniture. Document your attempts. What worked? What didn't? What did you learn about the other person's perspective? This process of practice and review is how you will refine your skills and improve your approach. You will start to see opportunities to negotiate everywhere, and what once seemed intimidating will begin to feel like a normal and empowering part of your daily interactions. This is how you build true mastery. Ultimately, mastering negotiation is an investment in yourself and your financial security. Every successful negotiation, no matter how small, puts you in a slightly better position. It leaves more money in your pocket, builds stronger relationships, and gives you a greater sense of control over your own life. Do not wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Start today. The next time you buy something, ask a question. The next time you have a disagreement, try to label an emotion. Take the first small step toward becoming a master negotiator, and you will be taking a giant leap toward a more secure and prosperous future.